Hello, my name is Rebecca Koche. I'm a DNP student with the University of Texas in Arlington. I'm here to do a paper presentation. That's a leadership paper presentation, and the title is one-page discharge instruction for the postpartum depressed patients population. The PICO question will address how a one-page paper discharge instruction that is patient-centered will compare to or with the generic current 5-page discharge instruction for this population. Why this was started is because the intervention or the innovation why it started is because there is a Presgany decline in the population of the hospital, and patient satisfaction, which is tied to reimbursement, is a problem and needs to be fixed. That's a change or the variable that was understood to be a problem. So, and that's why this innovation. The definition that has been attributed to this paper is the patient who is a postpartum depressed patient. ECOG recognizes as individuals or women who have either had postpartum depression or are currently having postpartum depression, which could start from 3 weeks to 11 weeks after delivery of an infant. It could be current or it could be a history. Basically, the other comparators are also patients who could be also either postpartum depressed patients or just the regular postpartum moms in the unit, in the hospital unit. Another definition I want to talk about is the interaction or the intervention we're going to use. Is the teaching, the staff interaction during the teaching of the postpartum depressed patients. And also another one that I need to talk about is what we're going to measure. What are we measuring? Are we measuring how the patient understands the teaching, and also are they compliant with their medication, and can they teach back? Can they repeat or say how they can access information based on the one paper discharge instruction that was given? The gaps that was generated for this innovation from the interview that was done, we're looking at the paper bulk, the staff interaction during discharge. We're also looking at what accessibility to information, how can the postpartum depressed patients population access information after discharge, and also staff interaction during the teaching process during or after discharge. Again, the expertise or the evidence that was used for this intervention or innovation is a total of 4. I looked more than that, but I'm using 4 for this presentation. One is CRAMP 2016. The other is apart from ECOG, which is already in the reference page. I also looked at Wagner et al. 2011. These are papers that were talking about how you measure patient satisfaction. And then Organic et al. 2017 specifically addressed how wrong tools could really trigger patient dissatisfaction. And Day and Edison 2016 also talked about teaching or postpartum teaching and how it can really either make a good teaching or a very, very poor teaching without interaction and the patient being able to ask questions on their own personal level and how they understand it, and be able to explain how they can kind of access information. So these are things that were measured in this innovation. The strength, weaknesses, and opportunities, and also threats, things that were looked into for this innovation. The strength of this hospital is a magnet hospital, and it wants to maintain that status as much as it can, as long as it can, being the best in the community as far as providing healthcare services is concerned. It wants to maintain that, so it can always buy into any information or any innovation that will make it be that and stay that. And the postpartum unit has existed for well over 20 years, or 18 years to be precise now, and it wants to maintain that, being the best it can be also in this institution. There's a 95 or 97% staff buy-in. Stakeholders are interested in this. Whatever will make the price gain go up, they are interested in. The weaknesses, of course, they are always, the 3% is expected. And tell you the truth, it's amazing that it's just 3%, because it's almost like everybody wants to see how to make this price gain come up. And if this is what it's going to be, let's do it. So that is the weakness we have there. Not all stakeholders are on board for now. Of course, we'll use in-service and talking to them to really go ahead and address this aspect of the weakness. As far as the opportunity is concerned, we are looking at other units being able to follow the lead of the postpartum, because they are all excited and they want to really see where this innovation goes, and their unit is ready to really buy into making their one-page discharge instruction for every unit. The threats, of course, is the funding, and also the buy-in again, and all that will be contained by talking to the correct people. The team has already started talking to the CEO, and they are all, in fact, we are having a meeting next week with the shared governance. So it's going to be a good place to sell this innovation a little bit more. The budget is like 0.5 million. More of the software to convert it to a one-page instruction, specific instructions, not just the generic. So this is what we are looking at. The in-service will be like $1,000, because we already have a postpartum that is operational. It has everything that we'll need for our teaching, the in-service, like the computers and the projectors, and of course everything we'll need just to get this going. Others are like books, and also to the printouts and all that. That will be, like I said, a roundoff of 0.5 million. The expertise that make me do this, the charge nurse, an FMP, a community organizer, community leader, and also a patient and staff advocate. I get things done, and a DNP student. I think that's good enough to make me do this, and I know it's possible. My team will be the charge nurses, the unit manager, and of course, if the director is disposed, we would like to have in our team also. But these are my core team: the unit manager, the charge nurses. There are about 16 of them. That's a whole lot for the unit. And of course, the front runners, who are the staff. They are all in it. The ones that really want to get into this are all in it. and also administration, people from admin. My reference page is this, and like I said, I have more, but for this I'm putting just about 6 of them for now. If you have questions, I'm ready to answer them. I have handouts for you, and I really want you to take it and read more of my presentation. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.